Hi. So many people right now are going through a difficult time understanding or wanting to know more about who they are, why they're here, and looking at, if this is me, why do I feel X, Y, or Z? If this is me, why aren't I better than this? Why aren't I more than this? They look at themselves and they judge themselves based on what they feel they have done and what they feel they should have had right by now. I've done all these personal development courses, and I do all of this tapping and manifesting and work with my oils, and still I feel like I want to crumble in a heap and crawl away from the world and not look at myself. And it's really hard to love myself right now. And I'm finding that all of this heartache that's out there right now for each of us as individuals is reflective of what's happening at a bigger scale, what's happening in the world right now. There's a lot of pain and there's a lot of heartache, and we can look at the outer world as a mirror of our inner world, and also the outer world shines a light or reflects beautifully, just like a mirror of our inner workings of what's happening in the inner world. So tonight I'd like to remind you that while it is absolutely wonderful to shine in your magnificence, it is your birthright to reclaim your magnificence and the abundance that is yours to claim. The abundance of health, of prosperity, of joy, of laughter just for laughter's sake. That there is also within that realm of magnificence an aspect of, I guess, what us humans would call polarity. Because where there is darkness, there is light. For every light that is cast, a shadow is made visible. So where are you looking? Are you looking in the light, or are you looking in your shadow? When we look at our shadow and we're able to step back from our shadow and look at it and simply detach ourselves from what we see in it, it enables us to see it in a very powerful light. It enables us to see what lies in our shadow without feeling we need to play a part in it, without feeling like we have to engage in the story. There's lots of stuff that lives in the shadow, and it's stuff that comes from the past, it's stuff that comes from the present, and it's stuff that comes from the future. Our thoughts worrying over what hasn't even happened yet. When we're in the moment and we bring our breath back to the moment, alchemy happens. When you take a deep breath and just relieve yourself of the churning of thoughts, the churning of emotions. And you breathe in and you breathe out with that the sound of the heart. It starts to put things back into perspective. It really does. So we take a look at the shadow. But what I'm going to say is, don't linger there. We step back into the light, and what I'm going to say is even standing in the light and professing to be magnificent and claiming your magnificence doesn't mean you're not going to have your tough days. And this is why at the moment I'm so passionate about talking about your passions. I'm so passionate about those that I'm working with, mentoring, to ask them, what are you passionate about? What are you truly, madly, deeply, over the moon, head over heels, lit up by? And when you start to explore that, you start to bring yourself out of a contracted space and into an expanded space again. You start to remind yourself of all the things that tickle you pink. Go crazy with everything you're passionate about. Write them down. Let them be huge. Let them be big. Let yourself dream big. Because again, that takes you into expansion. And as you dream big, what you'll find happening is your world starts to reflect those dreams to you, because you've come out of the tininess that is contraction and into the expansion that is light and that is born of love. So this is what I say when I repeat over and over again. You have two choices in life. You have a million choices to make, but you have two choices where you're going to stand. One is, do I choose to stand in fear, or do I choose to stand in love? Two very simple choices, it would seem. However, humanity loves to stay addicted to drama. It's true, we do. That's why we're still incarnated. So we want to somehow, somewhere find the goodies of whatever it is we're running over here. And it's frenetic and it's exhausting and it's a repeat of often the same thing over and over and over. So for some of us, that story could be, I'm so fat. I'm revolting. I'm not worthy to earn, squillions of dollars. I don't deserve a big, beautiful house. I don't know why my children love me because I'm not even present with them. How did I score such an amazing husband, partner, wife, beloved? Yeah. We tell ourselves this version of the story so much with these disempowering affirmations, so much that we believe it. We start to live it. And in so doing, we manifest it more. I'm going to take a deep breath. You come back into your belly. You have to, because your belly expands with the breath. And what happens is it enables you then to step into that heart space unabashedly with total carefree abandon. You step back into joy. When you breathe wild orange, that beautiful oil we all call now joy bubbles, yeah, joy in a bottle. When you come into breathing wild orange in, what is it about him that ignites you? You've created an aromatic anchor. So how about if you created an anchor so powerful with your thoughts that every time you spiraled into thoughts that were no longer serving you and are no longer serving you, you then anchored yourself with a thought that does serve you, that is powerful. Now, I don't know what that's going to be for you. Right? Saying I am magnificent may not cut it for you. Let's get into some detail. Challenge yourself with it. And one of the most beautiful and effective ways you can do this is to start by writing down your passions. Let's come back to passions. So we're going to write down a list of all the passions, have at least 10, and then come up with your top five by comparing number 1 with number 2 to number 3, all the way down, and you keep comparing them. And if you find you just can't decide between number 2 and 7, for instance, ask yourself, if I could only have one for the rest of my life, which one would it be? Now, this is something that my daddy taught me from when I was a little girl. To stay passionate, to be alive in my passions, to be living my passions, because that's what's going to keep me going. That's what's going to motivate me. And I never had a means to share it with the world. It was just something that was so deeply ingrained in me. Well, I'm happy to say that there is a site that you can go to in a beautiful book called The Passion Test. That's thepassiontest.com. And I implore you to get on and do it and share it with your teams. Do it as an activity if you want. If you're doing it with your beloved, you can do it together, but do it as two separate entities so that you can discuss with him or her and he can discuss with you, he or she can discuss with you what it is you're passionate about. And a few things start to happen. Some of them you'll notice you're already living. Others of them you will notice that you thought were so far back in your life, you didn't realize how important they still were. And others again, you'll be blown away by, oh my goodness, really? Can I do that? Whatever it may be. You might be holidaying with your children and homeschooling your kids and traveling all around with them and your beloved. It might be being a total superstar single mom who's got it all sorted and totally organized and taking the stage and bringing up 2 amazing, gorgeous, bubbly, yummy children who know their truth and speak their truth, whatever it is, yeah? Let it be real though. Let it be the stuff that ignites you so that when you face that dark night of the soul, you come back to your passions. You come back to what ignites you. Now with these passions, when you have them, anchor them with essential oils. So you can write your top 5 passions on a pretty piece of cardboard, paper, decorate it. You're all really good with all your pretty stuff you do. So just make it however you want or just simply handwriting it. And you can say, I am living my ideal life when, and you list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the bottom you write this or something better, because it allows your soul an opportunity and the universe to bring in what actually is what's meant to be for you. Yeah, so we trust our soul's wisdom. It's not something outside of us, it is us. Yeah, and what happens is the God spark within you, which is pure unconditional love, is ignited, is awakened again. And you start living as your soul and creator intended. You unify all of these magical potions in your life, which is love, which is bliss, which is joy, your passions. You unify them all, and guess what? You become clearer on your why. Why am I here? Why am I sharing these essential oils? Why am I so committed to growing my tree of love? Why am I so committed to being the best mentor, coach, trainer, teacher, whatever it is, cook, that I can be? And you come back to the passion of being a parent, of being a mother, of being a lover, of being a best friend. There's a lot of stuff going around at the moment of, I'm just a mum. I'm just a teacher. I'm just, whatever comes at that just ... And what I want to tell you is you're not just anything. You are the whole you. You are everything. Those things, that teacher, mother, lover, friend, looking after my dad, I just do this, they're just hats or different facades or masks that you wear. It's not actually who you are. They're aspects of you. Like when you look at a diamond and it's multifaceted and there are so many parts to that diamond, which part are you going to look at? What I would say is embrace the different archetypes. Embrace them with zeal. Embrace them with joy, yeah? So that you never find yourself saying, I am just ... Because I'm here to tell you you're more than that. Living in your magnificence means that you face the shadow. It means that you face the light. Where there is light, there is a shadow. When you walk toward the light, you light up. When you allow your light to radiate out, you light others up. Light yourself up by reigniting that inner spark, that inner flame, that inner fire, by connecting with your passions. As you light up to this level, you will, by virtue of you being so true to yourself and so bright, light up everyone you meet. You don't have to be anyone else. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Remember, my beautiful husband Paul is reminding everyone at business trainings at the moment that comparison is the thief of all joy. There is nothing to compare. When you're in the space of love, you're fully expanded. So all you need to do is beam that out. And guess what? It is that simple. It is totally that simple. As humans, we just love to complicate everything. You can complicate it if you want, no problem. Or you can just come back to pure simplicity. And remember that joy is your choice. It is your birthright. Love is your natural state. Expansion is your natural state. So that when you feel you can't get up in the morning, when you feel it's all too hard, when you feel the tears welling up, when you feel the anger arising and the sadness behind that anger, know that this too shall pass. Know that they're all valid emotions. Emotion is simply energy in motion. Let it move. Use your oils. Use real food. Create beautiful meals for yourself and yummy self-rituals. Aromatically dress all the time, every day, morning and night. Take those oils and anoint yourself with the essential oils. Take them and place them over you. Take the console and put her over your heart. Take the white fur and frankincense and let them wrap you up in their depth. Take the arbor vitae and massage a little drop in your belly. Take the wild orange and breathe, breathe, breathe those joy bubbles in. Take the peace and vetiver and massage them on your big toe and the soles of your feet before sleep. Accept the gifts of the earth. Accept your birthright again. Reclaim it. Come back into your joy. Be true to who you are, because who you are is enough, right here, right now. Dream big. reignite your passions. And in so doing, you'll come back to why you're here. Don't look for it outside of yourself. Your why is something like your passions that comes from your heart. Stay in your heart. Namaste.